Yes, hello, yeah, the Triple B based boxing basement. Yeah, the only channel, one of the few channels, the real channel, the real boxing channel, that truth channel, that truth teller. We don't care about being shadowed by here. Yeah, I ain't bending over for no monopoly, no wild YouTube monopoly. I ain't, huh? I ain't calming my stuff down, man. Forget about it. Yo, anyway, yeah, so what we got here? So we got Teofimo Lopez with Jahmaine Ortiz. Okay? They're both representing the United States. Well, everything's complex in the modern world on purpose, part of the agenda, but they're representing the United States. But really, and you know what they feel, man. I'm sure they're happy to live in the United States. Well, Ortiz is from Worcester in Massachusetts. Sounds like a nice town. I don't know if it is, but I haven't heard it as being a ghetto. And then you've got Teofimo Lopez. Okay. Now he is representing, he's fighting out of, well, he lives in Las Vegas, but he's originally from Brooklyn, New York. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, these guys, so, the reality is Jahmaine Ortiz is Puerto Rican, from Puerto Rico, yeah? And Teofimo Lopez is actually from Honduras, yeah? I bet he's sick, Lopez. Everyone assuming that he's American, because he looked American, and his name is Lopez. He's probably sick of it. You're from Mexico, man. Where you from, brother? You're from Chihuahua, bro. I'm Mexico City, Oaxaca. No, man, I'm from Honduras, somewhere. Why don't you get the fuck out of here? That kind of stuff. I bet that went a lot in the school. Go, yeah, you Mexicans can't fight. I'm not Mexican, man. I'm from Honduras, brother. I'll smoke you. In Brooklyn, You imagine that kind of thing. Yeah? There's probably a back and forth between the Hispanics and the black guys at the local school, and they were constantly fight and tease each other. Your Mexican beaners can't. You Mexican beaners can't fight, bro. I ain't Mexican, man. I'm from Honduras, Holmes. Tell me that, I'll smack you, bro. That kind of stuff. Anyway, yeah, I'm projecting. So, but yeah, we get Jahmaine Ortiz. I didn't even know this fight was happening. I'd forgotten about it. It flew under my radar. Yeah. And someone mentioned it. I go, what do you think's going to happen with Ortiz and Lopez? I go, oh, it's been signed. And he goes, no, it's happening this Friday. I'm like, oh. I went. And when he said Lopez Ortiz, I thought he was talking about Luis Ortiz and and Frank Lopez. I don't know what I was thinking, man. I don't know what I was thinking, but I was messed up. And I looked, I was like, yes, damn, it's fighting. It's a good fight. There's been a lot of stuff in the news about Turkey Chica and Tyson Fury and all this, and fights being made before Beterbiev. So a lot of stuff has gone under the radar. But yeah, it's a good fight, man. It's happening on a Friday, which is unusual. Most big fights, obviously, as we know, happen largely on a Saturday, although that wasn't always the case. And certainly not in the UK. This fight is in Las Vegas, so you could say that's basically Lopez's adopted hometown. He'll be the hometown fighter. But yeah, sorry, just quickly. Yeah, he's on a Friday, which is kind of cool. Boxing on a Friday night. Come back from work if you're in America, watch some boxing. In the UK, it'll be on in the morning. It's on, I think it's on Sky Sports, which is whack. Obviously, I would never buy Sky Sports, but I wouldn't stay up for it. The only fights I'll stay up late for, I'm too old for that thing. Back in the day, you stay up for the old fights with your homeboys, smoking on the greens and getting your drink on and staying up till 5 in the morning to watch like Lennox Lewis or Tyson or whoever, you get me. But these days, I'm not doing that. Unless it's a big heavyweight fight. And if it is, well, bring it to Saudi. Turki al-Sheikh will get his cash money out. The bag's coming out. But this fight is a good one. Hopefully, maybe I can find, you can always find a fight if you know, right? Unless it's obscure, if you know how to search and research. And I got a few things, so I'll probably watch it the next day. Now. Like I said, it flew under the radar for me. But I think it's a good fight. Lopez is a clear favorite. There are good reasons for that. But I still have it as a good fight. Yeah. Now, this is Jahmaine Ortiz, yeah? Now, he's another one of them idiots who got a mother, who got a baby mother, who can't spell. Ghetto baby mother. Well, what's the mass? I don't think that's ghetto, but, you don't have to live in the ghetto, not to act like you live in the ghetto, you feel? So, Sonny Edwards to act like Jamaican roadman, and he's probably never been to Jamaica. and he white, obviously. But he got the dark heart. He got the, he got soul. Baby got soul, man. Yeah. So Jahmaine Ortiz. So it's spelled Jamaine, I think. Ortiz, Jahmaine. It should be spelled Jahmaine. Jermaine. Yeah, like Jermaine Jackson from the Jackson 5. You feel? But but recently, all these ghetto people, they always misspell names. Illiterate ghetto mamas, they come to write. Oh, I'm gonna call my kid this, that, Jahmaine, Jamal, and whatever, and they just don't know how to spell it properly. They don't know how to spell the kids' names, man. It makes me laugh, man. Whenever you see a misspelled name, you said, that's got to be a black guy or half black guy. Well, especially if his name is Deshaun or Dequarius. But yeah, white mothers are better at spelling their kids' names. But maybe I don't know. Maybe they do it on purpose. The ghetto superstars is it's like Ebonics. They do it so to be original and shit. They would want to brag and hey, guess what? I call my kid. I call him Dequarius. You know what I'm saying? With the apostrophe and shit. I don't even know what apostrophe is, right? I've just seen it somewhere else. You feel? But anyway, maybe I'm giving them too much credit, man. Too much credit. They don't do it on purpose. They're just moronical, imbeciles, illiterate. But anyway, yeah. No, yeah. You know what always makes me laugh talking about ghetto superstar names is Jamal and Jamel Cholo. Yeah, those bees the wackest kind of. What kind of retarded baby mother? They're twins. So they look alike, identical twins. They're both boxers. One's called Jamal, one's called Jamel. Right? I mean, come on, man. I mean, they're virtually identical names, and she can't even spell Jamal. Jamal should be Jamal, but she got Jamal, Jermal, and Jamel. The same thing, but with an E instead of an A. I guess you don't forget. I mean, come on, man. Poor kids. Everyone just thinks they're the same person. But ghetto superstar mothers just don't think that far into the future. She just wants to say, yeah, I got Jamel and Jamal. What do you know about that, homeboy? Yeah. What happened to the baby father? He skipped town. He in the pen. You know what I'm saying? That kind of stuff. But yeah. And one, I think Jamal's called the Hitman. Jamal the Hitman, Charlo. Yeah, Jamel. I don't even know which one fought Canelo because the names are so stupid. But Jamel, should have kept the same sort of baby murder system going and called himself the Chit Man. So you got Jamal the Hitman, Carlo, and Jamel the Chit Man, the Shit Man, Carlo. That'd have been good, I think. Anyway, enough about them ghetto blood clots bums. So Lopez and Ortiz fought as amateurs, right? Lopez won on points. Ortiz, decent amateur career. He lost to some good guys. Boots Ennis, Gary Russell. He shared the fight each with Abraham Nova. So high-level fights, right? Good guys. He beat Jamel Herring. That's the pros, excuse me. I'll get onto that in a minute. But he's not, he's not really a puncher. I know he stopped anyone in the amateurs, although obviously the records on boxing are limited. But in the pros, he beat Jamel Herring. That's not a bad result. A draw with Joseph Adorno is slightly worrisome. Adorno's okay. He has been stopped, but he's got 3 losses on points. He's obviously found his level. And to be honest with you, I haven't seen Jahmaine fight. And that's the problem when you're predicting a big fight. Now I can't be bothered to watch him. I only make my prediction based upon, his record, which is, it's not dangerous, but, it only gives you half the picture. But I'm sorry, man, I ain't sitting for a Jahmaine Ortiz fight that goes a distance. And obviously he acquitted himself fairly well against Loma, although he didn't, there was never a point where you think he'd win it. But he acquitted himself against one of the best. But Loma has got a good stoppage record, but he overwhelms them, doesn't he? Or makes them quit like dogs. But he went a distance. I have no reason to think that Ortiz, can't take a shot. So Lopez can punch. We all know that. Ortiz was stopped once in the amateurs. And as I've said many, many times, he was rescued against a guy called Ochoa. Isidro Ochoa, who went pro as well. But, we rescued in the first round. I mean, it doesn't look good. Ochoa's a good amateur, by the way. and he's a decent pro, although he's got one loss. But you know, you can't read too much into amateur grades. You know, stupid stoppages where a referee will be biased and just wave off a fight where nonsense counts, and maybe he was young then. Things change. Things change a lot. So I wouldn't read too much into it. Even Bateria got stopped, I think, maybe even twice in his early career. So I don't read too much into that. As far as I'm concerned, excuse me, Ortiz is solid. He can box. He's not a big puncher, So you would expect him to try and outbox Lopez. And Lopez can be very erratic. He can be erratic. I just learned. So, Jahmaine, right? So I looked at this picture and you can see that here, right? These fruity earrings he's wearing. I mean, come on, blood. They're so whack, them fruity, them big diamond earrings, or, they're probably not. They're probably just glass. I remember when I was at the boxing club, there's a youth there. He's a nice kid and a good boxer, But he had these dumbass huge, obviously they weren't diamonds. The lad was like 15. He was always putting after training these great earrings, these great glass cubes in his ear, which just make him look like a rent boy. He was quite a good-looking young lad, no homo. And, I wanted to say something. I'm like, why do you wear that thing in your ear, man? You look like a blood clot Batman, or some, you want to be ghetto, but you don't want to be like no ghetto boy. You're a nice white boy. What are you doing, man? But, so I was disliked those big shiny earrings. Earrings are meant to fruity. There's no two ways around it. Tyson Fury, when he said that to Usyk, I'm not beating nobody who's got earrings. And Usyk's like, well, actually, it's a traditional Cossack thing. I don't know if that's true or not. It sounds like it may be. In which case, I'd give him a pass on that. Come on, man. But I did always think Usyk's earrings were pretty fruity. So actually, when he told me it's a traditional, when he said a traditional Cossack thing, I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll buy that for $1. I'll buy that for $1. I'll let that one go. I'll let that one slide. But yeah, the fruity Jahmaine Ortiz earrings, right? But he claims to be a Muslim. I found out. I didn't know that. He's been trained by Devin Haney's bum father. The intellectual Devin Haney, you know what I mean? With his glasses and stuff. He's one of them brothers that tries to act intellectual just because of his glasses. Like that bum Spencer Taylor, he got them big, thick bins on his face, yeah? But I mean, I don't know. Apparently he hasn't officially converted, but, he's apparently, I don't know, like Devin Haney and his bum dad have been probably talking in his ear or whatnot. So, but he should know. I mean, the bad tennis is haram, and he looks well fruity, so he should pull them fruity earrings out for show. Yeah, and he's from Puerto Rico originally, even though he lives in the United States. He's from Puerto Rico, man, which has more than its fair number, a large number of bate boxers. If you look at the Puerto Ricans, I mean, off the top of my head, like Hector Camacho. Both junior and senior are pretty fruity, especially senior. And they look fruity too, Puerto Ricans. They always seem to look fruity, even if they ain't. Orlando Cruz, he fought, who he fight? Terry, who's that British guy? Terry something. And then for the world title recently got beat, but, he's confirmed a bate man. He weighs in wearing rainbow trunks. Which I wouldn't steal the rainbow. The rainbow's a nice sign. Why does rainbowness have to be associated, with a buggering? I don't know, man. Oh, yeah. The other thing is, right, has anyone ever seen Jahmaine Ortiz and Rory Romero in the same room? Blood clot, they look identical, man. And they could be twins. Fruity pair of twins, too, to boot. So. We go over to Teofimo Lopez, the Honduran, man. He's called the Takeover. Teofimo the Takeover Lopez. I quite like that. He's a big Bruce Lee fan too. He's kind of quite eccentric, Lopez. Which I quite like. He's got some character in that. In some ways he never truly impressed me. Obviously he did well against Lomachenko, but I always thought he's overrated. You can get a fighter, and his training's gone great, and everything goes right on the night, and it'll flatter him. And then Lomachenko was a bit flat that night. I mean, Lomachenko should really have beat him. I was very shocked by that. But Teofimo got the, it was still close, but he got the verdict. And it was a big upset. And, prematurely, people go, oh, he's pound for pound, isn't it? He's upset Loma. But you know, he done lost. And the next fight to George Kambosos, who's solid, decent, right? But he you know, he's not an all-time great. And Kambosos is lucky, man. Well, you know, well, no, I mean, he did it himself, right? But he's got to be the best earning pro for his level of talent. You know, he's had a lot of big fights. He's going to retire well rich, you know, and comfortable in Oz. Cambosos, but he pulled out the win against Lopez, and well done. And then he got like 2 Henny fights. I don't know why I had to fight him twice. Come on, man, once is enough. But you know, and Cambosos now fighting Lomachenko, so everyone's gone round and round in a circle. But Loma should win that, but it's in Australia. I mean, who knows? But Cambosos is one that, you know, he's not a puncher as well. He wins with volume and fitness and toughness. And for me, Kambosos needs to get on the PEDs. He's one of the few fighters that I'm sure is not doing PEDs unless his PEDs for stamina, because he has a body like a prepubescent girl and no power. But yeah, so Lopez lost to Kambosos. Apparently, he was under the weather and blah blah. I mean, everyone's got an excuse. Well, he might have been underperformed, but whatever. He lost. It was a good fight though. A good fight. I think both got knocked down. Am I right in saying that? Hit me up in the comments. I can't remember. I can't be bothered to check. I need to get videos out. I need to get paid, man. You know what I'm saying? Now, yeah, so Lopez is a tough guy. But he's not solid mentally, is he? He's kind of all over the place sometimes, yeah? He's sometimes a bit girly, crying about his son, yeah, publicly. And he gets up and he does hoovering while listening to Taylor Swift. Come on, blood. I mean, maybe he was told to do it, you know, as part of the deal, but I don't know. I mean, if not, it's a weak act, man. Yeah, you think Rocky Marciano? Huh? You think Rocky Marciano? I mean, I know he didn't have whatever, social media and all that in them days, but even if he was modern, you think Rocky Marciano would act like that? You think Rocky Marciano would dress in fruity pajamas, you know, like all-in-ones with a stupid, like, you know, a hood that's shaped like some cartoon character, yeah, and dance, you know, while hoovering the floor, listening to Taylor Swift. You think Rocky Marciano would do that? Come on, blood. Of course not. And I'm always suspicious of these fruits. And then also, he almost lost to Sandor Martin. And I think that could have gone his way, Martin. I was like, yeah, I think actually Martin could have taken that, which would have been a massive upset. And even after that, I quite like his honesty, Lopez. He said, have I not got it anymore? Maybe I haven't got it no more. I like his honesty. But I mean, you know, the real top fighters, it's a weakness. The real top fighters, they just don't very rarely doubt themselves, do they? You know? They're strong mentally, most top fighters. They might have moments like Klitschko, but, you know, most of the top fighters have got a solid mental outlook. You know what I'm saying? Like Jerry Cooney should have been heavyweight champion and a great fighter. Yeah, but he's always doubting himself, and you know, I think his father was a piece of shit, beating him and humiliating him, and it just sucked away his confidence, you know. And then he got his drink on, his yayo on, but yeah, no, I mean, Cooney, I mean, he was badly managed as well. They should not have thrown him in, right, against Larry Holmes, who was the top heavyweight. There was other 2 heavyweights could have fought. I can't remember the Dokes or someone, which Cooney probably would have been favoured with. Larry Holmes is a top dog. Cooney hadn't fought for 13 months, and his last fight was 1 round. I mean, he was badly mismanaged, Cooney. You know, and it's like they catch him out for one big payday. But then he came back, Spinks, you know, getting stopped by a former light heavyweight is not great. That was a winnable fight for Jerry Cooney. Foreman, you know, I don't know. Foreman just, I mean, he was old Cooney, but so it's Foreman, right? But Foreman had a break, but that shot, boom, that kind of walk forward shot is one of the most deadly shots in boxing. You know, he kind of walk forward, he doesn't like he's throwing, he goes bop, and he brings out the uppercut and just bang. Yeah, but yeah, so Cooney's problem was his mind, not his body, because he could punch and fast. And you see the Ken Norton knockout. Go and have a look; it's awesome. Back to Lopez. So is Lopez. He's not that weak. He can be strong, but he you know, he's erratic. Let's just say that. He obviously beat Josh Taylor in his last fight, but I believe that flattered Lopez, because Taylor achieved really well. But he never had that feel of a truly great champion, even though he was unified and all this kind of stuff. And he beat good guys. Do you know what I mean? And he looked kind of flat that night. And actually, I thought the commentary was very poor. And I thought Taylor was in the fight in the early rounds. Lopez started to pull away later. But you know, and they were all going, oh, masterclass by Lopez over Josh Taylor. I think it was MSG, but no, it wasn't really. It was a good performance, but you know, it wasn't a masterclass. And Taylor just looked flat. But anyway. And so what happened? Well, you know, people tend to, it's very easy. You know, facile. People know me, what do you call them? Casuals. Might say, oh, well, Lopez beat Loma and Ortiz lost to Loma, so Lopez must win. I mean, that never works in boxing. He beat him and he beat blah, blah, blah. That you can find some ridiculous results if you go back there. It depends on the night. It depends on styles. Yeah. And, you know, Ortiz is a boxer essentially. Lopez is more of a come forward type, right? But Ortiz, I think, takes a few risks, right? But his chin seems solid. So for me, I think Teofimo Lopez on points. Like, the odds are not great, 1.73, right? So you put 100 quid on, you win 73 quid and get your 100 back. So that's less than evens. But that seems to me the pick. Ortiz is at 5.5 just to win. That's not impossible, man. Because Lopez can be erratic, let's not remember. And Ortiz is good amateur pedigree. He's a good boxer. I mean, for me, I'm not going to bet on it. The odds are not good enough. If you're looking for value, Ortiz has a little bit of value. If you just wanted to dump 5 quid on, just to give you someone to root for, or maybe TFM at points and dump it in an accumulator. But yeah, I don't see myself betting on this fight. No point. I'll watch it the next day. I'll find someone to watch it. Teofimo Lopez on points. Maybe closer than what people expect. You know, he might win by 2-3 rounds. That's what I'm thinking. So yeah, anyway, peace in the Middle East, guys. I'll be pumping out the videos and the lives this week.